This situation with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez has gotten so awkward. They tried to go no contact, which reminds me of like high school time or college time, whenever you get into a fight with your friend or an ex and you go no contact to see who's going to reach out first. Though I don't think that Ben is reaching out anytime soon, because sources have shared that he kind of came to his senses and realized that this roller coaster with Jennifer Lopez is not who he is as a person. This article reads that Ben Affleck is looking for a break after his tumultuous year with Jennifer Lopez, but he can't get one. Even though the former dynamic duo is working through a divorce, they have often crossed paths in uncomfortable moments because they do have young family members. They were a blended family for about 2 years, which is interesting to me. I understand trying to keep the family dynamic alive, but Jennifer and Ben weren't together that long, and a lot of their kids are pretty grown, so I think they could understand, yeah, Ben and Jen, they broke up. I don't really know why Jen needs to be at all of Ben's kids' events and vice versa. The issue is that Ben and Jennifer Gardner's 15-year-old child Finn and Jennifer Lopez's and Mark Anthony's 16-year-old twins go to the same LA school. As any parent knows, school activities keep a family busy, which means there are a few run-ins between these two. I actually wonder if their children are friends within school because, high school is pretty small. Everyone knows each other, but the source said that it's still very awkward, so I doubt that they are friends. Also, imagine going to high school and having such famous parents and so many people talking about them. I'm sure they have a very different high school experience than what I had. They recently had a run-in on October 18th. We saw that Ben and his ex, Jennifer Gardner, ran into Jennifer Lopez, but supposedly Jennifer looked confident. She walked into that school and walked right out, but Ben looked stressed because the paparazzis were following them. And looking at these pictures, you could see that Ben is giving the same old mean, miserable mug that he always serves to paparazzis. I just feel like he's got a different kind of resting bitch face. We all have like a resting bitch face. Do I have one? Comment below. But yeah, Ben has something different. It's like not a resting bitch. It's like stressing, miserable man face. I don't know. Is there a word for it? Comment below. Well, it actually looks like one of the twins, M, has a close bond with Finn. Quote, a divorce is never easy, but Jennifer doesn't want to be selfish about it. The kids always got along and have fun together. It makes her happy seeing the kids happy together. Happy kids are her priority. Whoa. That's a first. I've always said that Jennifer has at least 4 or 5 more marriages under her belt, so I'm surprised that her priority isn't trying to get like a basketball player or football player. Who do you guys think she will go after next? In addition to the school issue, Jennifer is currently promoting her film Unstoppable, which was produced by Ben Affleck and his buddy Matt Damon. Matt actually picked up the slack during the red carpet events while Ben was noticeably absent. It looks like sources share that Ben and Jen are resigned to keeping it as it is. The hope is that it will get easier as time goes by. So yeah, that pretty much sucks. I mean, Jennifer has to go and promote this movie, but it looks like Ben has no desire to do that, which will probably lead to a flop. This to me tells me that these two are in a very vulnerable place, because if they were as calculated as some people are out here in Hollywood, then they would have figured out how to use this relationship, use this scandal to promote that movie. But right now they're trying to keep everything on the hush hush. And I have a theory why, which I'm going to get into. You know what? Let's just get into it right now. So Jennifer Lopez and Diddy have a history. We've covered this extensively on my channel. I know you guys, if you're an avid watcher, you are well aware. I loved when people are versed into Sloaniverse. You just understand what's going on. You can keep up. You're like, yeah, we did talk about that. We did. We've talked about this guy, Ojani, which I am sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but he's been going out and about speaking on Jennifer Lopez's name and their marriage and suggesting that Diddy was part of their divorce. Now, we've heard quotes from Ojani, but we actually haven't heard him speak for himself, which I'm going to share with you guys. In an interview with Univision's Desperita America, he expanded on his Instagram post. Now, in my opinion, I feel like he's trying to walk back a little bit. I feel like Jennifer Lopez hasn't reached out to him in decades, but maybe her lawyer has. I mean, I could see this guy getting a cease and desist and trying to slow it down a little bit because J-Lo's trying to keep it hush hush. Now, Johnny and Jennifer were only married a year back in 1997. She began dating Diddy while working on her debut album On the Six. He was quoted saying, when Diddy got involved, that's where the separation began. Now, the clip I have of Mr. Ojani is actually translated for you guys, which comment below. Are you guys Spanish speakers? Comment below. I would love to like do videos in Spanish, but it's gonna need some work. Anyways, here is that video, and I'm sorry for the translation.
What would you say to Jay? To speak the truth, to reveal every incident, to question why he took legal action against me, accusing me, fabricating lies, and contacting various companies to prevent my employment, as well as reaching out to television networks to hinder my job opportunities. Why? Why? I haven't wronged you in any way.
Now, I could have seen that coming because, you know, people like me out here on the internet, while celebrities will once in a while come after us, they really want to go to those personal people who have the stories. So that's why I kind of love where I'm at in my career, because a lot of people will come to me sometimes and share their stories, share their tips, and I will put them out there in a respectful way. So if you guys have any tips about anything, you guys can always reach out to SloanWellKnown@gmail.com. JLo has not responded to Oh Johnny, not at all. I'm sure her lawyers are hard at work. Now, as I mentioned, Jennifer's trying to keep it hush hush, but there's something I need to talk about, something she probably doesn't want out there. So if there's a time for her to reach out, it's probably going to be this time, because we need to talk about this 13-year-old girl who claims they were R-worded by Diddy. Interesting. Well, guess what? Diddy had a date that night, and her name is Jenny from the block. Let's talk about these cryptic photos of P. Diddy and Jennifer the night that he R-worded a 13-year-old girl. Now, this is probably as evil as Hollywood gets. This article reads that Diddy can be seen having a conversation with his then girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, in newly shared photographs from a party where he R-worded a 13-year-old girl. He was accused of drugging and R-wording the child in several lawsuits filed by Tony Busby, which we love Tony Busby on this channel. I have had some people reach out to try to get him on the channel because he is doing interviews. So if you guys want to send a little message to Tony Busby, hey, we would love to talk to you. Now, this crime took place at the 2000 MTV VMAs in New York City. It looks like Diddy and JLo got into a heated discussion before he walked away from her, which is so creepy, because what if they were at this nightclub, Lotus nightclub, having a good time, they got into a fight, and then he just disappeared for the night, and he ended up R-wording a 13-year-old girl. Imagine then the next day Jennifer like seeing him and having no idea he just did that. Diddy was stood in front of JLo while wearing a white t-shirt and a baseball cap, with his hand resting on the wall behind her head. Now, of course, we have no idea what they were speaking about, but I feel like if we asked JLo, she could remember. Who knows? Maybe she was so turned up. Diddy was seen holding a bottle of champagne in his hand during the interaction. Shortly before the exchange, JLo was seen standing next to her sister, Linda Lopez, on an elevated platform, which we've got a video coming out about Diddy's mother. We're going for the whole family because I really feel like the family's involved too. Here's Linda Lopez. You guys can see her over in the corner. And then we've got, of course, JLo. Looks like she's yelling at him. Linda continued dancing nearby after Diddy walked away from JLo. Other guests were at the party, including Jay-Z, who we've been talking about him as well, Ben Stiller, Ice-T, and magician David Blaine. The pictures have resurfaced as Diddy has a new lawsuit against him, and it looks like these photos are actually included, identified as Celebrity A and Celebrity B. The lawsuit claims that Diddy R-worded the young girl at the party after he aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes. The 13-year-old girl had a friend drop her off at Radio City Music Hall in New York so she could try to attend the VMAs. The alleged victim arrived at the venue but remained outside because she did not have a ticket. Now, while I was looking into this story, I tried to find anything involving Diddy and the VMAs and maybe possibly this victim, but I don't believe this next clip is the victim we are speaking of, but it's a really bizarre moment from this time period where you see Diddy waving at a young girl, and it just kind of, I mean, looking at it now with the info we have, it's so scary. I feel like it's the beginning of a horror film.
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer.
Not that everyone will suffer. What in the hell is that? Also, who is she? Comment below. I'm sure you guys know because you guys are you're just so smart. So you guys are always like, wait, Sloan, you didn't know who that was? Oh, I didn't. I'm sure I will when you guys comment below. And I'm like, oh, damn it, I did it again. But there's more to that clip. There's actually a moment after where they're backstage, and I need you guys to take a look.
an after party alone?
So again, not our victim, but a really creepy moment. The lawsuit continued. Determined to get into an after party, she, the 13-year-old girl, approached several limousine drivers, attempting to talk her way into the VMAs. One of the drivers she spoke with claimed to work for Diddy. The driver is alleged to have told the victim that Diddy liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for. He said to have invited her to an after party. So in my opinion, this limousine driver is almost as guilty as everyone else is. I mean, he needs to be investigated if he's inviting these girls and setting it up for Diddy to go and get his prey, because he is a predator. The limousine driver later drove the girl alone to the after party, according to the documents. The victim signed an NDA agreement and agreed not to talk about what happened at the party. She was not given a copy of the document, which is supposed to happen. The lawsuit claimed that there were many celebrities at the party and staff walking around with trays of drinks. The victim observed widespread drug use, including marijuana, cocaine. The plaintiff accepted a drink with a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter, which probably is what's it called, GBL. It's the date R-word drug, roofie, which is a clear, oily liquid. I've seen it before. I actually think if you ever can see it, like look at it so you can get an idea of it, because it is silent but deadly. Now this report continues. After one drink, the victim started to feel woozy and lightheaded. Looking for a place to rest, she entered what she believed to be an empty room so she could lie down for a moment and did not lock the door. Diddy then entered the room and aggressively approached the plaintiff with crazy eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." The accuser claimed that Diddy threw her towards a male celebrity referred to as Celebrity A, who removed her clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. She was held down by Celebrity A, who then R-worded her while Diddy and Celebrity B, a female, watched, which makes me wonder, is that female B, that Celebrity B, is that Jennifer Lopez? The lawsuit continued after the male celebrity finished. Diddy then R-worded while Celebrity A and B watched. Diddy attempted to force this person to perform with their mouth, but she resisted by hitting Diddy in the neck, and then he stopped. The alleged victim is said to have grabbed her clothes before wandering around the house with nothing on as she looked for an exit, only getting dressed once leaving the property. Tony, her lawyer, claims that she fell into a deep depression, and I understand why. And what's so sad about this is that, like, you know, a lot of these people now they're coming forward because a lot of them were kids when this happened. So, I mean, I think back to when I was 13, 14, 15, 10 years old. I don't think I would have had the knowledge to know what to do. So I'm glad that they are coming forward now. There's actually another minor who's also going after Diddy because they were attacked by him, as they should go after him. And here's a little clip of what's going on in that case.
Bombshell new allegations against Diddy, and this might be one of the worst ones yet. According to the new lawsuit filed by Tony Busby, the man who filed it was 10 years old in 2005 when he went to audition for Diddy. Now, Diddy told the family that he wanted to meet with the boy first alone before meeting the rest of the family. So they went to a hotel near Madison Square Garden, and the boy rapped a few songs for Diddy, and apparently it was going very well. Diddy then asked the boy how bad he wanted to be a star, and the boy replied, "I would do anything." So during this conversation, the boy was handed a soda. A few minutes later, he started to feel a little bit funny. Diddy then told the boy, "Well, sometimes you gotta do stuff that you don't want to do," and then proceeded to unzip his pants and whip it out. He then forced the boy to perform acts on him before the boy passed out. When he woke up, he could tell that he had been AR'd. When he came to, he was crying for his mom and dad, and Diddy apparently threatened him, saying, "If you tell them what happened, I will unalive both of them."
Now, of course, J-Lo is trying to run right now. I mean, imagine if she is Celebrity B. What do you guys think should happen to her? If she sat there and watched, like, watch me throwing out names. What if Celebrity A was like Ashton Kutcher? I don't know. Maybe the A stands for Ashton. I know it doesn't, but you guys know. I mean, I know Jennifer is like hella stressed, and that's probably why she's keeping it low key. I feel like Ben Affleck is like smiling hard right now, knowing that he's not gonna have to deal with this Diddy aftermath, because you know they were really trying to position themselves as a duo, as like a pair, and if she was gonna go down, he was gonna go down with her. It looks like he has been trying to do a little bit of a makeover now that he's moving on from Jenny from the Block. We've actually seen reports that he's been getting like Botox, getting like his tattoo on his back removed, really cleaning up, which is something that Jennifer begged for him to do. Some people claim that it's for him to combat this miserable man face that I was telling you guys about before, resting miserable. What was that? Resting Miserable man face. Man face. Why is it man face? A source told People that Ben is all about drowning himself in work to stay distracted from, well, the highly publicized divorce from Jennifer Lopez. Quote, Ben is doing well. He thrives when he's busy and he's been working nonstop. He spends a lot of time with his kids too. It hasn't been the easiest summer for him either. He's just trying to stay focused and make every day as good as possible, which is really good news for Ben Affleck because he does have issues with addiction. So if he could stay clean, then great for him. Anyways, I think that right now Jennifer's team would love to have Ben in the picture just to get away from some of these Diddy accusations. I actually made a TikTok recently that they seem to have planted a story about Drake and J-Lo, probably trying to make herself look good and to keep the two celebrities like in the media. I mean, I feel like Drake is kind of like boring now that Kendrick Lamar like stomped on him, but that's just in my opinion. At this point, Jennifer Lopez continues to crack me up because she's got her people going to the press trying to paint out this picture about her and saying now that the rapper Drake wants to get with her. Keep in mind, they were seen together back in 2016 and 2017. In my opinion, it was like a PR relationship to promote a song. As soon as she filed the paperwork against Ben to divorce him, he reached out. He was very sweet and told her what a fool Ben is for letting her get away. The source shares they have a lot of their own history and a lot of chemistry. Getting that kind of attention when she was feeling so low was exactly what she needed. Now they're texting every day and things are getting hot, saying that she's not putting him in a relationship category, but she's going to put him in the hookup category. Keep in mind, she's 55 and he's 37. They add that it's still in the sexting stage, but she loves hearing from him and sharing sexy selfies. He's very quick to compliment her and lays it on thick. If you guys like that reel, make sure you go and follow me on Instagram at SloanHooks and TikTok at SloanHooks. I am trying so hard to get 100,000 followers on Instagram by the end of the year, so I'm putting in that work, but I love doing it, and short form has been like a new journey for me. Also, look at what's going on with this light, because I have a sun lamp behind me because I'm at my parents' house and I'm trying to make it look like a little bit decent, you know? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.